Hey guys, and welcome. This is Miss Grew, and I'm a 4th grade teacher for the Gulfport School District. Today we are going to be talking about factors and multiples. Our I can statements for today. I can find all factor pairs for a whole number in the range of 1 to 100, and I can determine whether a given whole number is a multiple of a given factor. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk about factors. Factors are numbers you multiply together to get a product. So let's take a look at 16, 24, and 15. So we are going to look at 16 and we're going to find numbers that we can multiply together to get 16. Those are called factors. So we're trying to find all the factors for 16. One thing that my students love is to make a factor rainbow. So what we do is we start with the number 1 and we ask ourselves, 1 times what gives me 16? Good, 16. Okay, I know that 2 times something gives me 16 because 2 is an even number. So let's think real hard. What number can we double to give us 16? 8. Good job. Okay, now I'm going to go with my next number, which would be 3. So let's think, can 3 times anything give us 16? If we're not sure, you can skip count by 3 and see if you land on 16. So I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. And we skipped right over 16, so that tells us that 3 times anything does not give us 16. All right, so we're going to move on to 4. Does 4 times anything give us 16? Yes, 4 times 4 gives us 16. And since we've already listed the number 4, we don't have to list it twice. And then that shows us that we're complete on our factor rainbow. So we know that we have listed all the factors of 16. Now let's move on to 24. So I'm going to start with 1 and 24. Now I'm going to do 2 because I know that 24 is an even number. So I know that 2 can go into it. 2 can go into 24 12 times. All right, so now I have the number 3. And let's think, does 3 times anything give us 24? Well, I know that 3 times 7 is 21. And if I count up 3 more, 21, 22, 23, 24. So yes, 3 times 8. All right, 4 times anything. Yes, I know 4 times 5 gives me 20. So 4 times 6 would give me 24. And it's also very helpful to remember to do your rainbow part of the factor rainbows. Now 5 times anything. There's nothing that I can multiply 5 by to give me 24. And then 6 times anything, yes. And I've already listed the 6 here, so that's how I know that my rainbow is complete. So my factors for 24 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 24. So now we're going to work on 15. So I'm going to do 1 and 15. I know 2 can't go into 15 because 15 is not an even number. Does 3 and anything give me 15? Yes, 3 and 5. Does 4 and anything give me 15? No. Does 5 and anything? Yes. 5, and 3. And I've already listed that, so I know that my rainbow is complete. So our factors for 15 are 1, 3, 5, 15. All right, so let's take a look at our next slide. So now we talked about factors. Let's talk about factor pairs. Factor pairs are two numbers that are multiplied together to give a product. So when we did our factor rainbows, the numbers that we linked with our rainbow would be considered factor pairs. So let's take a look at another way that we could do that. So when we're talking about listing all the factor pairs for 40, we're going to use a T-chart this time. And this is another one of my favorite things to do. It keeps our thoughts super organized. So for 40, I'm going to do 1 and 40. So this shows my factor pair right next to each other. I know that 2 times something can give me 40 because 40 is an even number. So I'm going to think to myself, what number can I double to give me 40? Good, 20. Now I know 3 can't go into 40 because if I'm counting by 3s, I know the largest multiplication fact I know is 12 times 3 is 36. So I can count up 37, 38, 39. And I know that I can't get to 40, skip counting by 3s. So let's talk about 4. I know 4 can go into 40. How many times? Good. 4 times 10 is 40. Now, 5 times anything. Yes, because I know that anything that ends in a 5 or a 0 has a factor of 5. 5 times what gives me 40? 8. Good job. 6 in anything? No, because if I skip count by 6, I'm going to do 6 times 6 is 36, and 6 times 7 is 42, so I skip right over 40. 7 times anything? No, because 7 times 5 is 35, and 7 times 6 is 42, so we skip right over 40. 8 in anything? Yes. 8 and 5, and we already have it listed. So we do not have to list it again, and that also lets me know that my T-chart is complete. So let's list the factor pairs for 40. 1 and 40. 2 and 20. 4 and 10. 5 and 8. So the number 40 has 4 factor pairs and 8 factors. So now let's talk about multiples. Multiples are the product of a given number and any other whole number. It's also the number that you land on when you skip count. So let's go ahead and list our multiples of 3. So what we can do is we can skip count by 3s. So I'm going to start with 3. And then 3 plus 3 is 6. And then I'm going to go 3 more is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Okay, I could also do it on the next one. We're listing the multiples of 5. I could use my multiplication facts. So I could say 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2, 10. 5 times 3, 15. And then I could keep going. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. All right, and then I'm gonna last list the multiples of 10. So for 10, we're going to skip count by 10. So we're gonna start with 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So I like to think to myself whenever I'm listing the multiples of something, I'm going to use my multiplication facts to help me. So for instance, the multiples of 10, I'm going to say 10 times 1, 10 times 2, 10 times 3, 10 times 4, 10 times 5. So y'all have done such an amazing job learning about factors, factor pairs, and multiples today. I hope you enjoyed our lesson, and I'll see you soon. Bye.